Hey there, are you thinking about making the big move to Calgary in 2025? Whether it's for the stunning landscapes, the booming economy, or the family-friendly vibe, we have got you covered, so stay tuned. Hey everyone, welcome back to Living in YYC. Mark and Natalie Newstater kicking off 2025 with these top 5 tips if you're thinking about making the move to Calgary in this upcoming year. So coming up in this video, cost of living, housing market, job opportunities, lifestyle, and of course, we can't do a video about Calgary without talking about the weather, right?
Absolutely. Best weather in the country by far.
Well, some people may disagree. We're a little biased. Yeah, absolutely. So number one, first one on our list here is the housing market overview. So we ended 2024 with a detached price around $747,500, exactly $747,500. So it is way more affordable than major Canadian cities like Toronto or Vancouver. If you want to know how much more affordable Calgary is, we'll put a link to the video up here where we actually compared prices between Calgary, Toronto, and Vancouver, and it is pretty shocking.
Bonkers.
Yeah, absolutely. So we live in Southwest Calgary. We absolutely love the family-friendly vibes down here. Our community is Yorkville. It is a newer community. So this is one we would highly recommend. One of the unique features about Yorkville is that it actually doesn't have any commercial strips in it, right?
No, but we are literally a 7-minute walk from a whole commercial area that's just across the road in Silverado. And it's ideal because you have grocery stores, you have the pharmacy, you have hot yoga, you have a great pub, a breakfast place, chiropractor, what else?
It's
walking clinic, everything.
Yeah. Silverado Marketplace, which is right here. So here's a couple of other communities for you to consider. We're not going to go into deep dives because we actually have videos on most of these communities. I mean, Mahogany is always a winner. Auburn Bay, so these are both lake communities. So Mahogany, Auburn Bay are both great. A real up-and-comer in the deep south is Seton. I shouldn't say up-and-comer, it's been there for a while, but if you don't want the lake living aspect and the HOA and the higher prices, Seton would be a good option. And then there's brand new communities like Sora and Hotchkiss and Ranch View, more on the east side of Deerfoot or Highway 2, whatever you want to call it, even east of Stony Trail.
Yeah.
So there are new communities for you to consider. And then back on our side of McLeod Trail, there's Belmont, Pine Creek, Sirocco, Alpine Park.
Yeah.
So the Vermilion, those are all communities that are building in this southwest quadrant. Now we're going to focus on those areas because that's where we live. And in 2024, we ended up doing a lot of business in this area. So we thought for this video, we would just focus on that. So there's some newer communities for you to consider and some more established ones. So one of the big changes in 2025 as we talk about housing costs in Alberta and specific to Calgary is there has been a change in the land transfer fees. I'm not going to say tax. So we're going to talk about the difference between Calgary, Toronto, and Vancouver, or BC, Ontario, and Alberta here in a second. But essentially, let's use an $800,000 purchase with a 20% down payment. So under the old system, you would have paid $2 per 5,000, and then a mortgage registration fee of $1.50 per 5,000. Essentially, your total fees for an $800,000 purchase under the old system was $612. And now those fees have essentially more than doubled, actually. What we're gonna get, don't walk away yet, because it's really still very affordable. It's $5 per 5,000 with the property transfer levy, and then the mortgage registration levy is also $5 per 5,000. So in that old example is $612. The new example is $1,540. Now, hold your horses, because if you bought that same $800,000 house in Ontario, the land transfer tax, $12,475, and that's not the highest in Canada. You got to go to BC for that. It's $14,000 for that same $800,000 purchase. So, and here's why it happened real quick. We have a very arcane land transfer or land title system in Alberta. So us as your realtors, we're always pulling titles, and this system actually takes time off. I'm actually not joking. It's like it undergoes regular maintenance every Sunday or whatever it is. So they're trying to build up this new system. And so to fund that, we have to increase some of those fees. Still very, very affordable. All right, Natalie, job opportunities, number 2.
So Calgary's economy is diversifying beyond oil and gas into tech, into health and green energy sectors. So the top industries are energy, tech startups, finance, and healthcare. We have one of Canada's highest median incomes, but a slightly higher unemployment rate than pre-pandemic levels. A lot of that is due to immigration within the country. So that's within the country itself and from outside of the country. So you can check out job boards like workincalgary.com and connect with Calgary Economic Development for resources tailored to newcomers.
Awesome. Number 3 here is cost of living, because you want to make a move here. You're probably going to do a lot better if you own a home in Ontario or BC, selling that home. We have numerous examples of clients we've worked with that almost became mortgage free by moving to Calgary. But let's talk about cost of living. So overall, the cost of living is lower than Toronto or Vancouver, but slightly higher than Edmonton. If you're considering Edmonton or Red Deer, any of the other cities in Alberta, please reach out as a footnote here, because we have some great agents that we highly recommend that you could work with there. So Calgary has no provincial sales tax. Energy costs are considered moderate. The nice thing in Alberta is you have choice, right? So it's not like Ontario Hydro or BC Hydro for electricity. So we have, it's a open market. So we're now with ATCO Gas, and that is for our gas and electricity, correct?
Correct.
Yeah. And so with them, for example, and this is not a plug to ATCO, but they also included a free home warranty on your appliances for your first year. So that's what you get when you have competition in the market. Now, on the transportation side of things, we've talked about this in other videos. If you don't own a car now, you will need to own a car in Calgary. That is one of the downsides, I would say, of the mass of our city. We do have a great public transit system, but you do need at least one car. So consider that as you're making a move to Calgary. And again, we have an open car insurance market. There are changes happening with that in 2025. So, overall, is it probably higher than BC for car insurance? Everyone that we've talked to that's moved from BC has said yes. So just something to keep in mind, because we're going to talk about the pluses and the minuses here. That transit, on the transit side of things, you can get a monthly pass for just over $110, somewhere in that neighborhood. All right, over to you, Natalie, for lifestyle and outdoor activities.
Well, the one amazing thing about Calgary is it is a nature lover's paradise. You are an hour from Banff, you're 40 minutes, not even to Kananaskis. You can go biking, hiking, skiing, camping, canoeing, kayaking, anything you want to do, all within just steps from the city, really. And in the city itself, we are known for our parks. We have an amazing park system here. We have Fish Creek Provincial Park, which is a massive park that spans from the southwest all the way to the southeast. You've got Princess Island Park, which is right downtown, right on the Bow River. And it's a beautiful park as well. We've got Nose Hill Park. There's so many Boness parks, so there's lots of things to do. There are lots of family-friendly events throughout the city. We've got the Calgary Stampede, which is our biggest one. And there's something to do every single day of that 10-day event. Yeah,
and there's a lot of kind of smaller community-based events. You think of like Mardi Gras and Mardi Loop. There's so many different, like the Inglewood Night Market, and just so many events.
Lilac Festival,
which is kind of like the unofficial kickoff to summer in Calgary.
Yeah.
There will be no lack of things for you to do, and they're not all cost prohibitive, right?
Most of them are free.
Yeah, absolutely. And just to touch on Fish Creek Park, we walk there very frequently. You drop down into Fish Creek because it's down below, and you feel like you're not in Calgary. So I highly, highly recommend it. Even if you're just coming out for a visit, definitely check out Fish Creek Park. So now it's over to me for Calgary's unique climate. So we do have colder winters, but that is balanced with our Chinook. So our average low is -10. Low is -10 in winter. So just before filming this, at the kind of middle of December, we had a very big cold snap, a lot of snow, and then we had what is called a Chinook. A Chinook are winds that blow off the mountains, come down into Calgary and surrounding area, southern Alberta, and it warms things up. So a couple things to keep in mind here. You're always going to want to have washer fluid in Calgary in your car because it is a slushy mess, but we love it. And it can cause headaches and give people almost flu-like symptoms in Calgary when Chinooks roll in, because the pressure changes so greatly, right? Like we'll literally we can have a 30-degree difference in one day from 24 hours later kind of thing. So we had a situation in December where it was minus 20 or 25, and we were up to 5 or 10 degrees the next day. Literally it swings that much. So just something to keep in mind as you're considering your move to Calgary. So thanks for sticking around for this whole video. And here is the bonus tip. Now, we've moved in winter, we've moved in summer. If we could pick a time for our clients to move to Calgary, it would be late spring, early summer, even midsummer, late summer, even September. That is the best time, because if you don't, if you're driving from Ontario or BC, you're going to be facing icy roads, extreme cold. So that is our pro tip, our bonus tip for you. So if you found this helpful, we have a link down below in the description. So if you want to book a call with us, we would love to chat with you. So do that, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, and we'll see you in the next one.
Bye.